Hello, everyone. We are recording early. It's midday, 12 p.m. here. And frankly, I don't like to actually record at this moment because it's just so hot and my internet is not working well. It keeps disconnecting and reconnecting on its own. But yeah, this is what we got. And I don't have any topic as usual because we are coming on here with no plan and just like staying here with you and see what's coming up. And I thought about this like right before we turning the recording on. And it was about, oh, I forget it again. Wait a minute. Let's stay with this quietness for a moment and let me recall what I was thinking. Like I've seen I'm seeing the tree dancing with the wind because usually at this moment in my place it's raining, so that's also why I never get to record at this moment. But now it's like it's cloudy but not really raining. So I wonder like what can we actually talk about? 'Cause this is interesting because I thought about something and then I just when I turn it on, it's not here and then I'm like, what is happening? Why am I not thinking about anything? And when you try to push so hard to get to where you think you want to be, sometimes it's not the best choice to actually to do. And you get to be like so confused why you are not doing the thing that you thought you would be doing. And for some reason, that connects deeply with my, what do you call it? Moments back in 2020, which is like I thought I would be doing this by 2020, but then at that time, my everything was just shut down and I can't think of anything else. And I just want to be quiet. I just want to like feel my moments, feel my peace. And then I don't want to do anything. I don't want to serve people. I just want to be quiet. And I did try to force. It's not that I didn't do that. I did try to do everything in my power. But whenever I do it, there's something within myself which is like the vision, the commitment, the passion is not intact with everything that I do. So essentially I'm doing it without soul because my soul want to rest, and I didn't do that. And I'm like, do we really want to actually rest at this moment? when we already got everything that we wish for. And yep, that's what I did since 2022. So I did try for 2 years to actually get things out, never in this steady flow of creation that I get to get it out. I try various channel, meaning like what I have. I get myself to be in the psychic reading space, not working well because that's not the place that I want to serve people with. Then I get into this coaching stuff and I'm like, I don't really want to do the coaching stuff. And I'm left with my everything just confused with no one to guide, but no one's guiding me. So I'm like, what am I doing here? It's like I never been this type of a person. I never been with someone who doesn't have plan, who doesn't have vision, who doesn't have passion. So it's really weird that I have this going on. And I later on realized that you don't want it. How can you serve people when you don't want it? That energy itself is so contrasting that it doesn't work in the way that you thought it would be because it was not meant to be working at that time. So when it's now 2026, which is like 4 years after 2022, after I like pause everything, and I'm like, okay, we are here, and we do know what we're going for, what we're going with, and how we are going to go about it. So we are here with all of the things that is already planned, and sometimes I get that insight, and this is one of the things that is just unplanned, and I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm just like, I'm being here with you with this so unplanned, and I'm like, what do we going to get in here? I don't know. Sometimes I share a lot more personal stuff, and then I share the guiding side, and then I share a lot more disturbing side, which is like the ghost, the UFO, the very psychic one. But that's also like part of me. And do you have this going on with you? Because when I try to be visible with other people and just like show myself, there was a time when, oh my God, my story is not like everyone else. So I feel the title, I forget the title again. Syndrome, what do you call it? Like I don't feel like I own my own story. That's essentially it. So I feel like I need to have that generic, I overcome this and then I just want to help people do the same, but that's not my story. My story is really truly I was triggered by everyone else's darkness, and then I go for the deep darkness itself, and then I come out, and then that's how you do it. And then I know how to actually be relatable with my people, and essentially just like let them evolve in their own way without pushing the control and the idea, the theory, the concept that I know. And instead, we are focusing on how do you actually get there with everything that you have without me doing such a like roundabout of how you how I get there so that you can get there. It's not about that. It's not about like I learn it this way and you're gonna learn it this way too. It's more of like, okay, what do you get? What who are you? And then where do you actually want to go? It's all about that. It's so, like being in the mentorship, coaching, the guiding stuff is actually a lot more fluid than people thought. It's not just the concept. And I don't buy with that like, okay, you want personal development, so you're going to buy someone else's concept. That's great, but what if you are the only one in this world that have this, and you don't have anyone to guide you? How do you actually go from this trailblazer time space? to actually get to where you vision. You know what I mean? That is actually a lot more fluid than actually just rigidly, this is the concept, this is what you're gonna do, this is step one, this is step two, this is step three. And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I don't have that component. So how do you actually get me there?" But it is very beneficial to actually learn the concept itself. I'm not saying that you, whatever you are doing with learning other people's way, you cannot learn anything from there. No, you actually can. It's just that sometimes you need an adaptation. You're going to adopt, or you're going to adapt to whatever your circumstances is, and that needs some detachment, needs some identity, needs some visioning. And if you don't know that, you're learning other people's way instead of getting more focused on where you want to go, you are lost in between. And that's even harsher than actually not knowing what to do, because you have everything but then you don't know how to integrate it. Which what I usually see in the space that I'm in, the industry that I'm in. It is sad, but people have been born to follow the rules, and I'm like, that's what you get. That's what you get. So, and also like, not all of you are born with this, what do you call it? Sense of knowing that you are here for something, that you are here for, that you are here with something to do. Some people don't have that, so I understand that deeply now. Hmm. And it's about to rain. There is a prediction around that the world going to lose some of its lands, and I've seen that happen in my own prediction. So I don't see atom, nuclear bomb being detonated. I don't see that coming. It's just that I see the world terrain is changing. So if you follow the spiritual reality of this world, and the prediction that how the psychic have been shared is that there will be a nuclear bomb detonated somewhere because of the World War III. And I understand that many people buy that idea, but I myself don't believe it that way. I believe that instead of having nuclear bomb, we are going to have the land disappear at some places, and other places going to rise above the water. The water in Indonesia is air, so it has the same spelling as air, and that's why like I'm switching back and forth around that. But yeah, that's how I see it. There is no nuclear bomb being detonated, because if it does, then you are living in a timeline where you are not supposed to be. That's how I see it. So, what do you believe? Are we going to have a nuclear bomb? Are we going to have the terrain of the earth change? Or are you going to somehow shift it into the paradise itself? Because you can. So, limit is something that is unreal. If you know your limit, and then you know how to work with the limit instead of rejecting the limit. Now you are doing something for yourself and the world. And the narrative around, okay, the world is going to end. Great. Where do you think so? Do you want that? So taking it personally and you start to see, I actually don't want that. I'm just feeling fear and I don't know how to navigate it. Then you got the idea, okay, then I need to work on the fear and start projecting my a better idea, a better narrative of what this world can be. And I can assure you, if you have that going on, you can change your financial situation, you can change the relationship that you have, you can change whatever it is that you are having that is challenging you right now. And for most of us, the state of the world, politically, government wise, is actually really, really strong, and we don't know where it will go. I don't know where it will go, but I do know that it will go to a positive way. And if my reality is going positive and your reality is going negative, it has nothing to do with right or wrong. It just alignment based reality, which is like, if you understand that you are here for positivity, you cannot be corrupted by the negativity, you will eventually be in the reality that is aligned with what you are believing. That is the universal truth, that is the universal law. You cannot bypass that. If you bypass that, you're probably higher being, because then you create your own reality and you creating your own world, and you get to be in the state of, I want that. Okay, you create that. But we do have that too. It's just that most people use it with the guidance of others. I personally don't like that. And I usually use it with my own discernment to know, okay, I don't really believe that. I understand where this thing's going. I just that never see it as, okay, the world is going to end. What do you mean by the world going to an end? The world is progressing no matter what. The world is flowing to where it needs to be. And sometimes we are going down to zero, to the number one, and then we're going to rise to number nine. And then the cycle continue. That's what it is. That's how I see it. And if you are depressed, if you have anxiety, knowing that this life is never end, it's really going to get you, because that's what it does to me. Like I need to get over my depression to realize that I have to continuously eating, I have to continuously moving, I have to continuously talking, I have to continuously creating, and then to know that no matter what I do, I won't die. I cannot die because of that. Because I know that this world is going to continue no matter what. It will continue no matter how. So I'm gonna leave you with that because it's going to rain and I have things outside under the sun. So I'm going to pick that one up and I'll see you tomorrow.